Came to Buffalo, New York to shoot a freshwater version of our show. No matter what we do in the show, it's going to be fishing tournaments or going for a world record. I'd been to Buffalo before. I had fished a charity tournament up here. Saw a little bit of the fishery, but it was real rough. But I had heard things over the years that Buffalo is a place for smallmouth, Lake Erie. If the fishery is what I think it is, I have a great in because I have a friend here, Capt Jim Handley, and he told me, you want to catch a world record, come to Lake Erie. He had 2 days open, so that's why we're here.
I'm Captain Frank Crescitelli. I'm a charter boat captain, a tournament fisherman, and a lure designer. I own a tackle company and a fishing charter business in New York City for 15 years. In fishing, to prove you're the best in the world, you either have to win tournaments or break world records. And I'm ready to do that. I'm going to use all my resources and all my connections to find the biggest fish in the world. People might think of fishing as fun and relaxing. The level we do it at, it might be fun, but it's far from relaxing. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Now is my turn to match my skills and my lures against the best in the world and see if I can come out on top. To say fishing is my life is an understatement. My life is fishing. I'm Captain Frank Crescitelli, and this is the Fin Chasers.
Whenever we decide that we're going to go for a world record, we do some research. Are there any records that are doable? How old are the records that are standing? And then obviously where they were broken. One or two that were still standing were set in Lake Erie. But then we have to decide what we're gonna go for. We decided we're gonna go for men's fly rod tippet for 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 20 was within reach. The next thing we wanted to go for was a youth record. For the youth record for smallmouth bass, we needed a 5.7 pound fish or greater. To catch that size fish, this was the time of the year, this was the place, and we had to get the right angler. Connor is my friend's grandson. He's our youth angler, has fished everywhere from the Keys all the way up here to Buffalo. He is very good, and he's into it, hardcore.
My name's Connor Lepke, and I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm 13 years old, and I think fishing is just like a time to get out and be free and just like having fun with your family and catching some fish. Get ready, we're gonna go catch some fish.
All right. So we got men's fly record, youth record, and then is the all tackle length release record. These are records that I like to focus on. You don't have to kill the fish. The fish is released right on the spot. It's all done using a special measuring device from IGFA. And although on the surface, some of these records look very doable, when you start to look at it and see and start measuring a fish, truly measuring it, you see that they are challenging. For the all tackle length release record for smallmouth bass, it had to be 53 centimeters or greater. Paul Bork is my producer. We met under the context of putting this show together. Paul's the coach of the U.S. Youth Fly Fishing Team. 3 years they're world champions under his guidance. He fishes on the U.S. Fly Fishing Team for adults, coming on top many times. Going for a fly record in a place that's traditionally not a fly fishing spot for the targeted species, in this case, Lake Erie, smallmouth, not very well known for fly fishing. Paul has a tremendous amount of freshwater fly fishing experience, probably more than anybody I know. Oh, now you're schooling me.
Yeah.
Now you are schooling me. Did you change your fly?
He ain't telling you. Nice guy. Well, Frankie's confidence.
Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. With Ray Marine's superior high-fidelity chirp sonar vision, you'll never look at fishing the same again. You're already the predator above the water. Now go find your prey below it. Ray Marine. Visit raymarine.com to get in on the action.
Every angler knows you can't hook a fish if they don't bite, and can't land them if they don't stay hooked. Guide Secret Lures, hand-painted, through-wired, VMC hooks. Professionals in every field use the best tools available.
When I'm not cooking, I'm out fishing. And when I'm out fishing, I'm using Guide Secret.
Guide Secret, professional-grade fishing gear. Designed, built, and tested by the pros.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. When I want to hit a home run when I'm fishing, I use Guide Secret.
Countless hours spent chasing dreams and forging memories. It's a passion that runs as deep as any ocean and as long as any river. We've all had mentors, and we still have heroes. They spent the time with us to pass it on. Now it's our turn.
Water for me is a backdrop to tell a story about a family and tell a story about individuals finding love and finding redemption in their lives together.
Bob Rich's new book, Looking Through Water, is a multi-generational story about fishing, family, and life. All proceeds go to Project Healing Waters, helping to meet the needs of injured veterans. Available at Amazon and barnesandnoble.com.
When you hear the name Buddy Davis, you may think of express and sport fishing boats. But that's not all there is. Buddy Davis center consoles are custom built, one at a time, with the same Carolina flare and tumble home stern that identify a Buddy Davis. Available in 28 and 34 feet, and coming soon, a 42 center console. Check them out at dnrboats.com. DNR Boats, New Jersey's leading dealer for over 60 years. These are smaller boats than we're used to fishing, so we have to decide who's in what boat and how we're going to do it. Since Paul and I are going to fly fish together, that seemed the most natural way to approach the fishing for the day. So Frank Wagenhofer went in the camera boat, and we're all going for the record. I am going to be as happy, swear to God, if I get it, Frank gets it, or Paul gets it. We're there as a team. Jim said we're going to have to stay inside the breakwater. It's too rough outside, definitely not going to be able to fly fish out there. And that's what we really want to do. This time, being inside was absolutely perfect. When you've caught a fish every 5 to 10 minutes, and a lot of times it was 2 minutes apart, or a cast apart, for 8 or 10 hours, that's a lot of fish.
Is this your first smallmouth? Yeah, baby!
I don't really know if I ever did catch one. That is a nice, what a beautiful fish. Oh, man. Nice.
Nice thing about circle hooks is just right there.
Yeah, that's what we use all the time for the stripers. Because they're eating a bunker that big, it goes down their gullet, and the hook comes right out. Well, there's my first smallmouth, so beautiful fish. But about 8 inches short, eh, Jimmy? The one thing that I like to do, especially if things have slowed down or we're not finding the size fish that we're looking for, is to change it up. So you don't want to do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result. If you're catching even quality fish that are 4 pounds, and we need a 6-pounder or a 7-pounder, it's a numbers game, right? 10% of those fish may be in that size class, so just work through those fish. Or move to a different spot, or try something different. We had caught a lot of fish, we moved to a different spot, we still caught a lot of fish at that new spot, but they were all about the same size. 3 to just under 5 pounds. We need a 6-pounder, at least, and maybe a 7-pounder, depending on how we're fishing for it, whether it's fly or tackle release.
Woo. Nice, Frankie.
The blue and white, that's my
Favorite identifying marks on them is this little white spot right here. When somebody does artwork and that little spot, because when you're really brown, that will glow. I mean, it'll just.
Oh, really?
It's like a little pearl almost.
Look at it, just cubed up in the middle. Yeah. That's some of the best smallmouth I've ever seen on the spot.
I decide that I'm gonna put on one of my slim twitchy hard baits. It's a twitch bait. We hadn't tried it yet. I had no blue and white baits. And I had no olive and white, like the dark green. Which one would you put on there, Jimmy?
Probably this guy.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to ask nothing is critical on a great place is an orange belly.
Oh, I have orange.
Orange bellies, I fish Thousand Islands, Lake Erie, and everything else. If somebody has one, I mean, you'll catch them. If somebody has one with an orange belly.
We did it blue on top, and you know, whatever, I put some other marks on it, boom, there's the blue bait that I don't make. But it's a blue bait now, and I can guarantee you the fish is not gonna go, oh, that looks great. Ooh, bad paint job, don't want that one. If a fish likes a bait with blue in it, it's not blue. He likes whatever the light does to that color based on his eyes and what they can perceive. Oh, dude, that's a nice fish!
Love it! Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's a hog. This is a hog. Yeah, it's a hog. We've only caught smallmouth all day, all within a certain size range. I got this fish hooked. This is the fish we need.
Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. With Ray Marine's superior high-fidelity chirp sonar vision, you'll never look at fishing the same again. You're already the predator above the water. Now go find your prey below it. Ray Marine. Visit raymarine.com to get in on the action.
Every angler knows you can't hook a fish if they don't bite, and can't land them if they don't stay hooked. Guide Secret lures, hand-painted, through-wired, VMC hooks. Professionals in every field use the best tools available.
When I'm not cooking, I'm out fishing. And when I'm out fishing, I'm using Guide Secret.
Guide Secret, professional-grade fishing gear. Designed, built, and tested by the pros.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. When I want to hit a home run when I'm fishing, I use Guide Secret.
Countless hours spent chasing dreams and forging memories. It's a passion that runs as deep as any ocean and as long as any river. We've all had mentors, and we still have heroes. They spent the time with us to pass it on. Now it's our turn.
Water for me is a backdrop to tell a story about a family and tell a story about individuals finding love and finding redemption in their lives together.
Bob Rich's new book, Looking Through Water, is a multi-generational story about fishing, family, and life. All proceeds go to Project Healing Waters, helping to meet the needs of injured veterans. Available at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
When you hear the name Buddy Davis, you may think of express and sport fishing boats. But that's not all there is. Buddy Davis center consoles are custom built, one at a time, with the same Carolina flare and tumble home stern that identify a Buddy Davis. Available in 28 and 34 feet, and coming soon, a 42 center console. Check them out at dnrboats.com. D&R Boats, New Jersey's leading dealer for over 60 years.
Oh! Oh, dude, that's a nice fish!
Love it. Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's a hog. This is a hog. And Jim runs up excited and looks at it and goes, "Oh, that's a brown trout. Look at that."
Nice.
We catch a
Wow.
we caught 30 smallmouth. And I catch a trout on a hard bait.
Came up, was eating minnows and Frankie's
The
bait.
slim twitchy.
Good thing you took those hook covers off, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
He could not. But as my luck is going, the only fish that we ever saw that wasn't a smallmouth that I cast to, that was the longest fish we caught, was a brown trout in a smallmouth fishery. These are all beautiful fish. But it ate that blue top bait. Well, look, this one's a lot of yellow in it. At the end of day one, when all is said and done, we had several fish that were
Oh my
close.
Lord.
You could say very close. 47, 48 centimeters,
shot,
we need
you
a
ready?
53. So you say 5 centimeters, it's less than 2 inches. And 2 inches could be a lot, or 2 inches could be a little. Everything's relative. When you're measuring fish and you're catching 30, 40 fish, and they're big, fat, chunky fish, the biggest you've ever seen of that species in your life, and not only you, the guide who's seen hundreds of them and thousands of them, say that's a good fish, and it looks good, and you throw it on a tape and you measure it, you know, you're very, very excited.
17.
The end of day one, caught fish on fly that not a lot of people catch on fly, certainly not in this region. Certainly, we didn't have anybody with us who did it a lot before. So we took our knowledge, applied it, had fun doing it, caught a ton of fish on fly. Took the baits that I designed, not for smallmouth, and caught them on hard baits with colors that I spray painted the night before. So then day one, tons of fish on fly, tons of fish on artificial that either I make or Frank makes. No one else's baits did we use, ever. And tons of fish on bait. Some were close, none good enough. Okay, day two, we got a new angler with us today. Everybody, I want to introduce you to Connor.
My name's Connor Lepke and I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm 13 years old, and I think fishing is just like a time to get out and be free and just like having fun with your family and catching some fish. Get ready, we're gonna go catch some fish.
New location. Jim's gonna trailer the boat at Cattaraugus Creek. We're gonna start our day fishing out of there. The largest fish that he's caught of this species has been in that spot. We'll start out very quickly, realize that this kid needs that much help, which is none. Oh, it was the cigar.
Bigger bait.
Slim twitchy, baby. Yeah, Connor.
Hey, Connor, you're good.
What?
You're good.
Thanks.
Close. Getting closer, Frankie.
Dude, it was a fish. I think he might have put me between a couple rocks or something, but it pulled back.
Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. With Ray Marine's superior high-fidelity chirp sonar vision, you'll never look at fishing the same again. You're already the predator above the water. Now go find your prey below it. Ray Marine. Visit raymarine.com to get in on the action.
Every angler knows you can't hook a fish if they don't bite, and can't land them if they don't stay hooked. Guide Secret lures, hand-painted, through-wired VMC hooks. Professionals in every field use the best tools available.
When I'm not cooking, I'm out fishing. And when I'm out fishing, I'm using Guide Secret.
Guide Secret, professional-grade fishing gear. Designed, built, and tested by the pros.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. When I want to hit a home run when I'm fishing, I use Guide Secret.
Countless hours spent chasing dreams and forging memories. It's a passion that runs as deep as any ocean and as long as any river. We've all had mentors, and we still have heroes. They spent the time with us to pass it on. Now it's our turn.
Water for me is a backdrop to tell a story about a family and tell a story about individuals finding love and finding redemption in their lives together.
Bob Rich's new book, Looking Through Water, is a multi-generational story about fishing, family, and life. All proceeds go to Project Healing Waters, helping to meet the needs of injured veterans. Available at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
When you hear the name Buddy Davis, you may think of express and sport fishing boats. But that's not all there is. Buddy Davis center consoles are custom built, one at a time, with the same Carolina flare and tumble home stern that identify a Buddy Davis. Available in 28 and 34 feet, and coming soon, a 42 center console. Check them out at dnrboats.com. DNR Boats, New Jersey's leading dealer for over 60 years. Might have put me between a couple rocks or something, but it pulled back. Fish ended up coming off right away. Felt like good fish, hard to tell, it brought me into rocks. A lot of fish that live and or feed around structure will do that to you. Connor, nice one, bud. Oh.
Nice fish.
I just feel like with the plug, you keep them down, keep the rod down in the water. You know, we're trying to go for a world record. We don't want that one fish to get off, you know? So, you know, because the plug can generate a little bit of, you know, kind of weight, like almost to pull itself out. Yeah. Even though the fish were quality and close, none were the fish we were looking for. So we start, you know, bump trolling with the trolling motor, and I did an old like three-way bucktailing situation where you would take a three-way, put a sinker on the bottom, your main line is on one side, and then your bucktail, your small jig or small plug would go on the, you know, on the trailing edge. So I tied up one, put it on there with a bait that I had colored on the boat because Jimmy said we need orange. Bait wasn't down there a minute. And ooh, feels like I'm snagged. I lift the rod right away to get it out of the snag, and it pulls back.
I think you got him. You got him.
Dude, that's the biggest one of the day. My special rig.
All right, let's
Dude,
get
I
her.
pulled that one out. I knew as soon as it hit. I know it's gonna be close.
Here, let's get her. Holy! Before she hurts herself.
That is a stud, dude. What did I say to you? This is a trick, old trick, 3-weighing. Oh!
Watch your rod.
Oh man, that is a stud. I dug down deep and said, what kind of trick could I pull out of here and see what we could do?
You could try it.
And we really did pull that one out. I don't want to do it over there.
Oh, 50.
It's just 50. 50. Yeah. Yeah. If we would have caught that fish on fly, we break the record. If Connor would have caught that fish, we break the youth record. In fact, the only way that we don't break a record with that size fish is if I catch it on a spinning rod, which I did. And after that big fish that came close, we weren't done yet. You know, we still had what we call the aloha fish. Ooh, nice fish. Another quality fish. Oh, there's a double. Yeah. Oh. Oh, look at that. Wow. Come on, Con, get a triple.
Oh! Oh, it's huge. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you're too good to slow down. Rod down, Connor.
It was just bumping.
Oh, nice job, dude.
Ah.
Jim.
Yeah, it's in that high 3s.
It's got a big belly. One of the bigger fish of the days, right here.
All in all, great day, great 2 days, great company, and I'm gonna have that desire to go back for round 2, you know? Frankie. Oh my goodness. Dude, I felt it. Just the line was down right near that rock. So here we are at JP's Pub. Everybody comes to Buffalo does the Anchor Bar for buffalo wings, where they're invented, but the people who really know Buffalo know the real secret food and what you should really be eating in Buffalo, which is beef on weck. So we came to the best beef on weck that we know of. JP's beef on weck for everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
All right.
Sounds great.
Oh, that's why it's called Wick. Kimmel Wick.
Yeah, that was we didn't want you to know.
I thought he said beef on Rick.
Weck. So here it is, the famous beef on weck. So it's a Kimmel Weck roll, right? We got salt, caraway. It's baked with salt in it, right? So that's another good reason to come to Buffalo. So good friends, good fishing, good food. Nothing else you could wish for in your whole life. And to end with a meal like this, thank you, Jimmy. Everybody.
Cheers.